We are starting now the summer session, Bezrat Hashem. Here at Anshe is going to be a spiritually hot summer. We're going to learn and gain, Bezrat Hashem, and Hagdolah b'Torah v'yirat shamayim. In the Shavuot, between Pesach and Shavuot, we are counting Sfirat HaOmer. 7 weeks, 49 days. Tonight, Baruch Hashem, we are 14 days, almost 2 weeks. One of my students told me, I don't understand, when Pesach was over, it's already 2 weeks after Leila Seder. And it's right, because time flies, even faster than you think. And during these 6 weeks or 7 weeks, we are reading Pirkei Avot. Pirkei Avot, this is a part of our Mishnah, a part of our Talmud. There is no halachot in this Mishnah. There are not over there laws, but there are many. They are the source of the Jewish philosophy. And it's very important because sometimes you learn what to make the halachot, but if you don't understand the philosophy, the logic behind it, you can make a big damage. You remember my famous story about somebody who used to do mitzvot, but never was thinking what he was doing. So after Shabbat, like tonight, he had a few fish left over. And on Sunday morning, his wife is telling him, can I throw out the fish? It's already spoiled. He said, no, let's make a mitzvah of chesed. Let's help the poor people. So he called the poor person and he gave him to eat the fish. He told his wife, you see, I made a gemilut chasadim to help the needy, the foundation of the Torah. After 2 days, this poor person, he got sick at Ravilsa, and he went to the hospital to make Bikur Cholim. He made a 2 mitzvah from the fish. And after 3 days, this person died. And he went to the Alvaya, it's the 3 mitzvah already. Then he made to Nichum Avelim, the 4 mitzvah. So sometimes when you are missing the concept of Judaism, you can make mitzvot according to you're a big Tzadik, but the bottom line is very far away. And this is what Pirkei Avot come to teach us. The Pirkei Avot starts with a statement, Moshe kibel Torah miSinai, umsara liYehoshua. We spoke about it a lot. The word beSinai, miSinai. And he says, Zkenim v'nevi'im ve'em masrua leAnshei Knesset Hagdolah. What is Anshei Knesset Hagdolah? Who are they? Anshei, it means people. Knesset, gathering. Hagdolah, the big gathering people. Who are these people? So, before we start the Pirkei Avot, just give you a small introduction, historical introduction. Am Israel came to Israel how many years ago? Hmm?
3317.
What?
3317.
Around 3,300 years ago, they came to Israel from Egypt after 40 years in the desert. And over there was Yoshua bin Nun and the Shoftim. About 3,000 years ago, King David came in the history of Judaism. The first King David. And 3,000 years ago, Jerusalem became the eternal capital of Am Israel. After about 50 years, his son Solomon, he built the first temple. And the first temple lasts for about 400 years. 410. So roughly 2,500 years ago, Beit HaMikdash was destroyed by King Nebuchadnezzar, and all the Jews were exiled to Babylon. And for about 100 years, 70 years, something, they were over there, and by the end of this time, the miracle of Esther HaMalka and Megillat Esther took place. So we are about 2,400 years ago. King Koresh announced that Am Israel can go back to Israel and build the second temple. We are about 2,300, 2,400 years ago. And a group of many Jews, not all of the Jews, under the leadership of a very special leader by the name Ezra, his real name was Ezra Sofer. He came to Israel and they were rebuilding Beit HaMikdash, and then they started the period of the second temple. Ezra Sofer brought from Babylon many rabbis and many prophets. These were what we called Anshei Knesset Hagdolah. Who are in the list? People that you know. Ezra, Nehemiah, Mordechai, from Mordechai and Esther, Zechariah, Haggai, Malachi, Balshan. We don't know many names of these people, but the Rambam says that was altogether 120. It's not in one time. It's over. It's more than 100 years. But this is the time now, 2,300 years ago, 2,400 years ago, for 100 years, when Am Israel is coming back to Jerusalem, and they're building Beit HaMikdash, and people need to give them what to do, halachot, the laws. And this what we called in Judaism period, what is the time? Anshei Knesset Hagdolah. What did they do, Anshei Knesset Hagdolah? All the prayers that we are praying today, Shacharit, Mincha, and Arvit, all the texts that we have today, the Kiddush, the Kaddish, the Havdalot, to appoint judges. They even created in Israel the Sanhedrin, which is the supreme court of all the Jews in the world. These 120 people were finalizing the whole shape of our Torah, Tanakh. The 5 books were written by Moshe. But in Judaism we have 24 books. Torah, 3 groups, Torah, Nevi'im, Ketuvim. All the others were finalized by this group of people. They explained the Torah as Moshe Rabbeinu received it, V'alacha leMoshe Sinai, and made all the penalties, and they organized the entire Torah, and they had one big plus. What the plus that they had? They had not just big rabbis, educated rabbis, but they had between them 35 prophets. Those who have connection, 1-800-HEAVEN. It means the rabbis were sitting and making decision. Then one of them will say, okay, looking for a green signal. So this was the time that it was not just that the rabbis and the Talmidei Chachamim, the scholars making decision, they got the approval of heaven. This is what we call Anshei Knesset Hagdolah. So, Pirkei Avot start from them. Pirkei Avot start from Shimon Hatzadik. היה משערי כנסת הגדולה. When you say שערי כנסת הגדולה, you mean Shiraim, it means the last one. 100 years passed, all the prophets are gone, the old rabbis passed away, and Shimon Hatzadik, he is the last representative of this wonderful people. And in Pirkei Avot, in the Gemara, in the Yerushalmi Masechet Megillah, they say, they follow. Shimon Hatzadik היה משערי כנסת הגדולה. הוא היה אומר, על 3 דברים העולם עומד, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. Before him, Anshei כנסת הגדולה used to say, הוו מתונים בדין, והעמידו תלמידים הרבה ועשו סייג לתורה. Meaning, Shimon Hatzadik says, the 3 foundations of the world is the Torah, the learning Torah, the Avodah, Avodat Hashem, the Korbanot, the Tfilot, the Mitzvot, and Gemilut Chasadim, to be kind to each other. These are the 3 foundations of the Torah. Shimon Hatzadik, he was Kohen, and not just Kohen, he was Kohen Gadol for 40 years. In his life, and when he was Kohen Gadol, it was one of the best time of the Jews in the Second Temple. The harmony, the leadership, the Yirat Shamayim, people were worshiping Hashem and working together. And there is a beautiful story in the Torah, in the Gemara, about this Shimon Hatzadik. In the time, those of you who know history, in this 2200 years ago, 2400 years ago, the time of the Greek Empire started. And Alexander Macedon, he started to gain power and conquered almost the entire world. Alexander Macedon, the Gemara says that once in the trip to Africa, he came through Israel. And the Shomronim told him that the Jewish people are not good people, and there is conspiracy against Alexander Macedon. When Shimon Hatzadik heard it, he heard that he is coming. So what did he do? He wore the Bigdei Kohanim Gdolim, and with a group of Kohanim he went to welcome Alexander Macedon. And when Alexander Macedon saw him, he went down from the horse and come to kiss the hand and bowing to Shimon Hatzadik. And because he is the king, all his soldiers made the same thing. Then they told him, wait a minute, he is an old Jewish person. Why do you have so much respect to him? So Alexander told them, whenever I'm going to a war and to a fight, if I see his picture, if I see his face, if I see his portrait in front of my eyes, I'm going to win the war. This person is my good luck. And it was a big Kiddush Hashem that Alexander, the great leader, gave so much respect to Shimon Hatzadik that the Midrash says that all the boys that were born in this year were named Alexander. So those who have Alexander in their names, there is a Jewish tracks over there more than 2,000 years ago. But I would like to emphasize today, I would like to explore with you, Shimon was a rabbi, and Shimon was Kohen Gadol. Do we call him Rabbi Shimon? No. Do we call him Shimon HaKohen? No. Do we call him Kohen Gadol? No. What do we call him? Shimon Hatzadik. Why? He's a teacher, he's a Kohen, he's a leader. The Torah is very careful when the Torah is giving names. Do we say Avraham Tzadik? Yes or no? What do we say? Avraham Avinu. Do we say Moshe Tzadik? Why not? He wasn't Tzadik, he was a big Tzadik. What do we call him? Moshe Rabbeinu. Do we call David the Tzadik? How do we call him? David HaMelech. Aaron, very big Tzadik. What do we call him, Aaron? A Kohen. Why? So if Aaron is a Kohen, wait a minute, and Shimon is a Kohen, so how would you call him? Shimon HaKohen. But there is one person that has the name Tzadik. Who is this? Yosef. And my question is, why do we name Shimon Tzadik? And what is so special quality that connect him to Yosef? And this will connect us to the other side about Knesset Hagdolah, to the other part of the shiur, which is a very difficult one, but we're going to make it B'ezrat Hashem. When I want to say tzaddik in English, how would translate it righteous? What does righteous mean? No sin, nachon? So why we don't in Hebrew we call him tahor, svitoy, pure? What is the word tzaddik coming from?
Justice.
Justice. What is the connection with justice and righteousness?
In English, no.
In Hebrew too. Tzaddik from the word justice. Justice can be honest person. Justice can be a straight person. But why tzaddik? We call him a righteous person. Tzadik. What do you say, Shlomo?
Right or wrong is in our eyes. What's right in Hashem's eyes? That person does. That's why you call Tzadik.
Moshe Rabbeinu, listen to Moshe Rabbeinu's life. Moshe Rabbeinu was, when he was born, he was taken from his house. He was put in a teva, in a small basket, and he was sent to the water. In the water, Paro's daughter found him. 3 years he was by his mother, and for the age of 3, he wasn't in his parents' house anymore. True? The age of 3, until the age of 15, he was in Paro's house, then he ran away, he was on the run, wanted in the entire desert, he was in a deserted place until the age of 80, yes? After, when he became 80 years old, Hashem is telling to Moshe, he comes to him through the bushes, and he tells to Moshe, Moshe, you have to go to Egypt. Why? You have to help me to redeem Am Yisrael from Egypt. What Moshe is telling to Hashem, Hashem, you know, thank you for the kavod, but what do you want from me? Moshe is telling him, Moshe is saying, I don't know these people, they don't know me, they forgot about me. Those who remember me from 65 years ago, they are so old already. Hashem telling me, no, you have to go. Moshe, but these people, they sold me to the government. I am on a run because of this. No, you have to go. Tzadik, he accepts what Hashem is telling him. Doesn't argue. Hashem, you want me, I'll go. Hashem is telling to Moshe, Hashem, you send me where? They don't even know what I'm talking about. Don't go, it's okay. This is a big tzaddik. he accepts a mission that doesn't have the chances to make it are very slim. They are close to zero. You wouldn't mekadesh a wife with the chances of less than pruta. But what we call him Moshe Rabbeinu is not Tzadik. Why not? What Yosef? What make Yosef Tzadik? That we are so say he's a Tzadik. Let me tell you what I think. I heard a sikha of a very famous rabbi in Israel, and I'd like to walk with it together. What is the story? You know what was Yosef's biggest test in Egypt? Potiphar's wife. She was a very nice-looking woman, and she was for years she tried to seduce him, to temptate him to make a sin. What was the only excuse? What was the last excuse that all the time Yosef used to use not to make a sin?
His father.
His father's picture. Nachon? He used to see his father's picture, and he said, "Oh, this kind of father, I cannot make a sin." Nachon? But what would, her name was Zulaicha, what would she say to Yosef? You worry about your father? Let me ask you a question. If your father liked you, why would he send you to your brothers, knowingly that they are going to do something to you? So Yaakov told them, I miss them, I miss my brother. So she told him, to miss your brother is not a big deal if you still remember how they sold you for $20 and they want to kill you and they put you in the pit with snakes and scorpions. So she really told him, what are you waiting for? Whom do you miss? And what Yosef is telling her, whatever is come from Hashem, this is the ultimate justice. Hashem Tzadik. Whatever I understand doesn't mean anything. What's called Tzadik in Hebrew? What we say Tzadik in Hebrew? Tzadik in Hebrew means, Hashem, I don't understand nothing, but I am doing it. We call to Esther HaMalka, Esther HaTzadeket, Mordechai HaTzadik. Why? Same thing. Esther, she's a Beis Yaakov girl. Mordechai tell her, my dear family member, you're going now to go to the palace. I don't want to go there. You're going to get a Lexus. I don't want a Lexus. You're going to get seven maids. I don't want them. You are going to have the best audio and video visions. I don't want it. Concert, Shash Makam, tour, this. I don't want it. Esther is telling to Mordechai, I don't want it. I don't understand what you want from me. But when Mordechai says this is what Hashem wants, he say, okay, my common sense is gone. I put on hold. Lama? She is tzaddiket. A different person, what is going to do? First we go to anger. Zachim. Why? After anger, it can be heartburns or ulcer. Then anxiety attacks. Who needs why me and this? Then minor depression. Then major depression. Then to hospitalize him. And medication, antidepressant, and why? Because he sees something, he doesn't understand it, and he gets very upset. Very common natural reaction of people when they don't understand. But a real tzaddik, like Yosef Hatzadik, is tell to Zuleika, I don't understand why my father sent me to my enemies, and why my brothers sold me, and why I was abused by them physically and emotionally, but it doesn't mean anything. Huh? Avraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, they got a different title. The highest title in Judaism. Father. Because in the word father, in the word mother, there is everything. It's a wholesale. For the children, you are going to do everything. Then you're going to get from them, who are you, who are me? This is something else. There is in Israel, we used to live among the Spanish Jews. And they over there, they have a nice saying. They say that once it's like a metaphoric thing. One, they ask the water, when you're boiling the water, they are very noisy. So they ask the water, why you are noisy? So the water say, we came from heaven, from the sky, and thanks to us, we raised the trees. And now they took the trees and they make wood, and they're burning us with the wood. So we have to, how can we boil? When you say a father and mother, it's a wholesale. Just name it. There is Tzadik, and Chassid, Vetamim, Ve'ahuv, Ve'nechmad, Ve'yatziv, Mekubal, V'dukan, Akol Yafeh. But this is just father, just three of them. But Yosef's main point was to hold himself to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem, Tzadik. When his brother come and telling him, Yosef, we are sorry. What is telling them? Don't be sorry, thank you. Thank you for selling me. Thank you for abusing me. Thank you for let me go to Egypt. We feel it is like a politics. In our community, but in your heart you're boiling. No, he really meant so. Yosef really meant so. אתם חשבתם לרעה, האלוקים חשבה לטובה. Finished. I even don't think about it next. But this is called Tzadik. If this is Tzadik, what is the connection to Shimon Hatzadik that we spoke about him now? So I tell you one pshat. Today, and it's not just today. You go to big rabbis for the same question, you're going to get a very colorful answers. I was holding cookies, kosher lePesach from Israel. So one Arav Ovadia Yosef say, kasher lekatchila. Rav Mordechai Eliyahu says, chametz mideoraita. The other rabbi says, in the middle. So you ask yourself, so what should I do? Eat or not eat? So what do we tell him? Who is your rabbi? Follow him and go. נכון? עשה לך רב יסתלק מן הספק. Do you know what is the real answer? Yes or no? Yes or no? It's irrelevant. Ask your rabbi, whatever rabbi say yes. It's your famous logo, the choinik and the tea and the milk. But in Anshe Knesset Hagdolah time, in Shimon Hatzadik time, it was different. Because next to the rabbis in the argument was few Nevi'im, few prophets. So they're making a question, Omer kasher tameh, tameh kasher tahor. By the end of the day you say, okay, can you call 800 heaven? And the prophet says, he is right. Finish. It's much easier when you are connected 24/7 to heaven to know what to do. We don't agree with the, there is a group in one of the Hasidim today, they want to recognize their rabbi as the Mashiach. I don't want to go in this, but I'm talking about a psychological need of somebody that you were close to him, he answered all your questions, whom to get married, when to get married, the color of the house, the color of the car, the color of this, how many, everything, and suddenly he's not there. You don't know what to do with yourself. So now, Shimon Hatzadik, we call him Shiarei Knesset Hagdolah. He's the last one. All the Nevi'im, all the rabbis, he's the last one that was left. How should he feel now? The natural thing will be no connection. No, the line is disconnected. Now you have to count on your own common sense, and you are not used to it. So Shimon Hatzadik, I say it like this: Hashem made it in this way, I have to accept it. I am not arguing, not fighting. And Shimon starts a new way of Torah leading until today, that is going through the rabbis are sitting, try to make a decision, majority by those the rabbi, the muv'ag, the biggest Gdol Ador, but we don't have the prophet, we don't have the prophecy to say right or wrong. This is what we call in Hebrew Tzadik. ומה אומר שמעון הצדיק? אומר על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. You learn, you're going to make mitzvot and be kind to others, and Hashem will guide you in the right way. But still, I would like to touch another point, a very, very difficult Gemara. If it wasn't written, I cannot say it to you, because I believe if we don't understand it properly, it's almost like doesn't belong to Judaism, but it's the Gemara in Yerushalmi. I'm going to read it for you, and we try to work on it together. What Anshei Knesset Hagdolah used to say all the time: Avru metunim badin. Don't rush to conclusion. Don't rush, don't rush, don't rush. Matun. מה זה מתון? מה זה מתון? סבלנות. Patient. The Gemara tells us about one rabbi that when he saw something against Hashem, he used to be like a brand. So one he saw a woman going in the street, and she wasn't dressed properly. One says she was a dark red or a shining red clothes, something, she put a scarf on her. One say it was so he came and he told her, a Jewish person go like this, and he removed it forcibly from her. So she took him to the court, and she said, this person destroyed my clothing, and I'm not Jewish. What do he want from me? So they gave him a penalty to pay her $400, and her name was Matun. So we say Matun, 200, become 400, they say. So you have to be careful, you have to be some patient. So the Gemara in Masechet Megillah in the Yerushalmi tells us this Gemara, listen carefully. We called these people that I told you for about 100 years in the beginning of the Second Temple, Anshei Knesset Hagdolah. Why do we call it Gdolah. Gdolah means the great one. What is so great with them? שהחזירו את הגדולה ליושנה. They restrain the greatness of Hashem. How? אמר רב פנחס, משה רבנו wrote in ספר דברים, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא. נכון? In the time of the destruction of the temple, Yirmiyahu the prophet says, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor, and didn't say Nora. ולמה הוא גיבור? לזה נאה להיקרות גיבור שהוא רואה חורבן ביתו ושותק. ולמה לא אמר נורא, אין נורא אלא בית המקדש, לכתיב נורא אלוקים ונורא אלוקים מקדשך? It says that Yirmiyahu took the word Gibor, the word Nora, from these three adjectives. He say, how Hashem can look that Nebuchadnezzar is destroying the temple and he doesn't react? He took this word from this three list, Gadol HaGibor VaHaNora. Very difficult to say it. דניאל אמר, האל הגדול והנורא. ולמה הוא לא אמר גיבור? Why Daniel didn't say גיבור, that Hashem is a hero? Because Daniel saw, I saw so many Jewish slaves going to slavery and being abused emotionally and physically. And where is the heroism and the braveness of God? Very tough complaints. Anshe, Knesset Hagdolah, in the time of Nehemiah, he was one of them, said, Ve'ata Eloheinu ha'el ha'gadol ha'gibor ve'hanora shomer ha'brit ve'achesed. They say it again, and they put in Tfilat Shmona Yisrael ha'gadol ha'gibor ve'hanora. אמר רבי יצחק, יודעים מן הנביאים שאלוהינו אמיתי ואינם מחניפין לו. What is the story over here? What happened in the time of Nehemiah that he bring back Gadol Gibor VeNora? What is the story over here? So the Korban Ha'edah explained like this. ואמרו אל הגדול הגיבור והנורא, וזהו גבורותיו שכובש את עצמו ונותן ערך אפיים לעוברי רצונו, וזהו נראותיו שעושה עצמו תמיד, שאלמלא מוראו איך אומה יכולה להתקיים בין האומות עומדים לכלותם. What is to be a hero? What is to be גיבור? To fight with everybody? No. Self-control. We explained, Chachmei Knesset Hagdolah explained us in our time, after there is no Ruach HaKodesh, after there is no connection as used to be with our ancestor to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, what is to be a hero? שכובש את עצמו. Patient. Patient. מה זה נורא? That Hashem is watching us all the time in the Galut, because on the common sense, Am Yisrael would not survive so many years without the support of Hashem. The Greeks are gone, the Romans are gone, the Persians are gone, this empire, and Am Yisrael חי. זה נקרא נורא. So אומר נחמיה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא. מה זה נקרא להיות גיבור? Self-discipline, don't retaliate, be strong, and control your anger. Today we are finishing in Sfirat HaOmer the malchut of the gvura. It's a very high sphira, which resembles the idea of self-control. But מה זה נקרא מלכות שבגבורה? מלכות שבגבורה means when a person is controlling himself, he can ask Hashem through humbleness. And I will explain. We learn now in Daf Hayomi, Masechet Nazir. You know what does Nazir mean? Somebody, talk about Shimon Hatzadik, the same thing. Shimon Hatzadik never read Korban Nazir beside one person. He taught us what is Korban Nazir. Somebody that feels that he is very nice, he is very successful, he feels that he is losing connection with Hashem too much self-esteem, too much ego. So what we're telling him, don't drink wine, no kind of addiction, don't take an haircut, don't shave, and slowly he's going to look more, less beautiful than he used to look like, less handsome. So, the source of ga'ava to a person, the source when he starts to feel too much good about himself, it's very dangerous. But what is the malchut shebagvura? When you say, Ribono shel olam, I'm not such a big shot instead in front of you to make this avera. Ma ani u'ma chayai. Ma ani. When I came to America many years ago, there was a very nice fellow who used to come every day to pray. He used to pray alone because he liked to pray alone. He used to pray from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock every day alone with all the prayers and everything. So once I came today in the morning and I listening, he was praying and he was screaming, Mani, who am I? I thought to myself, it's a big Tzadik. Man. When I came closer, I heard money. I thought it was money. But it's another thing. The idea of Amalchut Shebagvura is to ask for Hashem to give us enough humbleness to realize what we really are, and not to make ga'ava, not to be pride and ego for nonsense, and to be able to control our anger. This is what we call Ezu Gibor HaKovesh et Yitzro. Who is the hero person who really control his Yetzirah, his anger. Anshe Knesset Hagdolah for 100 years organized the entire Jewish life. And whenever today we pray, the way that we're making the holiday services, everything is coming from Anshe Knesset Hagdolah. Be'ezrat Hashem, soon, when the Mashiach will come, and the Nevi'im, and they have connection to Hashem, and it's going to be one halacha, and one Am Yisrael, without no groups and no subgroups, we are going to restrain Be'ezrat Hashem the spirit of Anshe Knesset Hagdolah, ונזכה כולנו לעזור בתשובה שלמה, כן יהי רצון ונאמר אמן. רבי חניה בן הקשה אומר